Thank you so much for attending today's webinar on our Intelli Access Solution, a simple, powerful, scalable access control solution. So in today's presentation, we're going to take a brief look at IP access control, the infinias solution, the infinias advantage, some of the integration capabilities, the customizable solutions, as well as a brief software demonstration. So looking at infinias, our history started back in 1998 with the IDC controller. That then was added a functionality to be a PoE device in 2005, where we then titled it an EIDC, Ethernet Integrated Door Controller. We became a part of POCO in 2008, and then broke off in 2009 and became the company name Infinias. And since then I've added additional features, functionalities, and capabilities up to this year, where we added mobile credentials. Now the Infinias IP access control solution is an Ethernet enabled, PoE powered, it's independently intelligent, browser based, and has proven to by having over 50,000 units installed. And all of this is with a device that can fit into the palm of your hand. So it really is the smallest access control solution that's on the market, while being one of the most powerful and highly scalable solutions. So let's just take a brief look at the EIDC controller in itself. So the PoE-powered EIDC controller is engineered to provide local power for your door hardware and accessories. So the benefit of this is that it reduces your wire costs, its complexity, and it provides unparalleled convenience and flexibility. So within this controller, you are able to set up power for devices such as a locking hardware, a card reader, a PIR sensor, an REX button, a door contact, and it also has a built-in warning and IR temper sensor. So looking at the controller, this is how you can actually where you can wire some of those items up. So you can see you can put in a door strike, you have the readers or the keypads, and over on this side we have also another reader, a keypad, or even electronic magnetic lock. And over at the top you would put in your Ethernet connection. Within this controller, it does have 750 milliamps of power available. So it's 450 on one side and 300 on the other. So with that, let's take a look at traditional access control compared to the IP access control solutions. With traditional access control, you're going to be running lots of banana peel, you're going to have paneling, lots of wiring. It can be very complicated, and just with the amount of wiring that needs to be done can be a very time-consuming installation process. Also, it makes, at times, finding issues difficult as well. Now, let's take a look at IP. Now, instead of running that banana peel, we're running Cat5, Cat6 cables from the hub and the computers to the actual door controllers and the doors. So that's where you're going to have a ton of cost savings. Instead of doing the banana peel, you'll be having Cat5, Cat6. And then you'd just be doing short wiring of the banana peel from the different devices to the controller, which is at the door. Now, by having an Infinias solution, you're going to be able to make core decisions at the actual controller. So this allows for a much expandability capabilities across your installations. So the actual controller can hold up to 64,000 credentials at each door and 16,000 events. So even if for some reason your controller cannot speak back to the server, say the server goes down, power goes out, you're going to be able to, that device is going to be able to remember the rules, remember the users, and then after the device gets reconnected, send all those events over. So you don't lose any important data. Now with our solution, it also provides a lot of scalability. So you can do a one-to-one, so one door, one location, one controller. But then we also can do many doors at one location. So if there is a school, or in this case, the New Orleans Superdome, where there are quite a few doors that are set up, you can do multiple controllers, one at each door, and then utilize our Intelli software to be able to easily manage all of those different controllers. Now, an example like Course Tech, you can have many doors and many locations. So Course Tech actually has offices across the globe, and everything is pointing back to their one server in the U.S. But what's great about that, though, is then each one can still set up their own administrator and have rules and make sure that everything is maintained. So as we kind of talked a little bit, so the Intelli Access software capabilities, which is a little different than just the standard controller, is that you can hold up to 2 billion events, card holders, groups, schedules, doors with the full SQL Server. You have 7 holiday sets per schedule. A typical system can have up to 35 million events with SQL Express before any archiving is needed. So even then, if you just use SQL Express, you're going to have quite a few events that the system can hold. We can also process up to 1.7 million events a day, and we have a sophisticated rules engine to build customer-centric features. Now, if you do just do the EIDC controller, you're going to be able to manage the controller with a standalone browser because it will provide you its IP address when you plug it in, 8,255 schedules, 60 holidays, 7 holidays per set, and 16,000 events. But let's take a deeper dive into the 3 different versions of our software. Now, where the benefits of the software you're going to find is that not only is it going to be easier to manage those controllers, but you're also going to be able to pull that data out at a much easier rate. So let's just take a quick look at Essentials. Essentials, browser-based, no client software to purchase, configure, or maintain, or update. It's all within when you purchase the Essentials system. You can view, monitor, and report on any of the events and alarms. It comes with some templates. It has multiple security roles. For those that need it, live muster, a rules engine, and most importantly, unlimited door licensing and unlimited clients. There's not going to be any additional fees if they want to licensing-wise to add doors. They're not going to have any annual support cost. Once you get the system, you're able to set it up and you're ready to go. Now, with a professional version of the software, which an integrator does need to be certified to be able to purchase and install, it adds the same capabilities that you had with Essentials, but also Active Directory syncing, so LDAP integration, calendar integration for Google or Microsoft Exchange, elevator control, and VMS integration. Now, if you're using DigiApp, that integration is no additional cost. But if you do have someone other than that, there could be a potential of some integration fees there. But with the calendar integration, great tool for those spaces where schedules change, like a school or church or any public venue where other groups come in at different times. Then we have our Intelli corporate version. Same features that we had in Essentials and Professional combined, but then it also adds a tiered management. So you're able to build a hierarchy for each of the different locations that you might have. So users can see down, but not sideways. So it has a central management of schedules, but a decentralization of management of zones, groups, and card holders. Within the corporate version, certification is also required just like Professional. And as we had mentioned, the VMS integrations, you can see there is the DigiApp that works with Essentials, but you would need Professional or Corporate to work with any of the other different integration options that we have. Now, what's also fantastic about the Intelli software solution, since it is browser-based, you're able to access the information on any web-enabled device. So a phone, a tablet, laptop, you name it, you are going to be able to access your access control system. We also offer mobile credentials. Now with the mobile credentials, this is a great convenience for those that, they don't really want to have to worry about carrying around their badge everywhere they go, or they want to have another option. So with the mobile credentials, your cell phone, like an iPhone or an Android device, actually acts as someone's credential badge. So how that works is they will download an app. One of the system administrators will give them a username and password to activate the connection. And within that then, so when they ever need to get in, they're going to be able to see a list of doors that they have access to. So in the image here, you can see one says server room, front door, back door. Select the door you want to go in, and you're going to have a button that you're able to push. So then that phone will speak to the server to be able to see if they have access to open the door, and if they do, the door will then unlock. And this has both Wi-Fi and cell data options available. Now with the Infinias, we do also offer some ways to streamline the installation process. One being that we have purpose-built servers. We currently on our price list offer two different ones, the Intelli Server 32 and the Intelli Server 128. With these devices, they are benchmarked for up to 32 or 128 doors. Now there is some flexibility there. If you have 33 doors, we're not going to say that you can't work on that. There is definitely some wiggle room, but we wouldn't recommend putting 128 doors on a 32 server and 300 doors on a 128 door server. We also offer door kits, and what's great about these is that you're able to purchase one box for each door, and the standard door kit has the EIDC controller in it, a surface mounting box, and a mini Mullion props reader that's HID. If you have doors that have strikes, that need strikes, we also have our door kit with strike. So it has the exact same features and tools available in the door kit, but then it adds the strike and door contacts. We do also, with the easy install with our double game wall box. So with this, it'll have the cover plate, the plastering, and enclosure. And with this, it will reduce the installation time and complexity and reduces the wiring requirements to all the hardware accessories. We also offer Stanley wireless locks. These are a great interior option if there are areas that someone wants to be able to lock it down on occasion. And with that, then they're not going to have to carry a separate key. They're going to be able to utilize their badge. And the Stanley wireless locks will work with the Intelli software solution, so you're not having to manage two separate programs. And you'll be able to put these doors on things like conference rooms, server rooms, specific offices, maybe even closets, like for materials. Here is a brief outline of some of the location reps that we have for the Infinias solution. So if you see your area, you can see the contacts for your regional sales manager and inside account manager of who to ask for when you call in if you have any additional questions. But let's take a look at the Intelli software solution and go through the actual software piece. So I've come in, and you can see here, I've in a web program, so it is, and I'm able to still put in my username and password, so it's protected. Now once I get into the system, you can see the first thing that it goes to is events, and you'll be able to see if there's a location, the name, what occurred, and the date and time. And there's just a full list of the most recent activities. Now the next tab that we have are people. So within people, these are the different individuals that you've set up that have badges to be able to access anything. So let's look at Cesar. And here's all the information that we have for him. We did upload an image, so images uploading is available. The building, company, office, position. So here are just some of the things, but let's actually go in and edit a person so you can see what that looks like to add people into the system. So some of the required: first name, last name, employee ID, the site code, their card number for their badge, and the department that they are with. Now we can do any additional, so we have some additional fields that you can put in there as well. And if you have any custom fields, that is an option. So you can create as many and unique custom fields that you might need. Under the badge tab, this is where you're going to be able to see their badge, what that card number is, if it's active, inactive, and you can even delete it if you need to. Credentials, this is where you're going to see the mobile access. So if they have access to you with the mobile credential, this is where you'll be able to see what license that they're using. And you can always delete or make it inactive at any point in time. Each user can be set up with as many groups as you need them to be with. So this one has quite a few different group memberships. You can also set up the role. So within the roles, we have administrator, which has full capabilities to manage, edit, add, view. Human resource has the capabilities to add users. User has the capability to come in, run reports, view the system, but that's just about it. But then you can also set it up so they don't even have any access into the actual system. Now, after people, we have our reports tab, which comes with several ones that are pre-built, ready to go. Now, if there are unique reports that you would like to build that's custom for your organization that doesn't fit into any of the ones that we have here, you can do that with Microsoft Reports 3.0 Builder. And with that, you'll be able to set it up to pull any of the data that you have in the system and be able to run the reports that you need. You can also create badges here. So let's go in and take a look at what a badge could look like. And so now you can just be ready to print off your badges. If there's images, they'll show up. And if not, days blank. Let's now take a look at the Doors tab. With the Doors tab, here's where you're going to be able to see the different doors that you have, the readers, if there's any in and out, and then the status. And what's important here is that we do also have a legend down at the bottom that lets you know what each of those different pieces mean. And so you're able to identify that, okay, this door is unlocked, and that the door currently is, hover over, online. So we know the door is online, it's unlocked, and the door is open. So now that you've seen what some of the viewing capabilities look like, let's go in and do a configuration and look at that. So in the configuration section of the system, once again we have doors, so you can see and be able to create behaviors and the zones that those doors go with. You're able to create your schedules. So when the system is open, closed, the holidays, all of that. You're able to create all of your different groups that you have. So if I wanted to create a group, I could easily do that and add any of the different individuals there if I need to. How do I? So now we've seen our groups. The next tab is rules. So in the rules, this is where you can set up what the standard system looks like, any different notifications that need to be set up. So we can go here and let's take a look at one. So we've set their schedule to always, and we can see all the different schedules that we have available, the groups that it applies to, and the zone. And so you're able to set all of that up, as many different rules and schedules that you need, all right through here. Now we do also have a peripherals tab, and this is for any of the different things like a VMS integration or any other outside pieces that we need to work with. In the settings tab, this is where you can see the integrator that could have done the install of the system or you purchased it through. And then the customer information is should be your location. And then you can see your license keys available. So we've done the essentials and mobile credentials. So everything is right at your fingertips and are able to get a quick view of the system. So that is our Intelli system in a nutshell, being able to go through, look at the software it provides. So let's take another quick look at who are some of the contacts are for you to reach out to at the Infinias team. Please feel free to give us a call at the above 800 number in red and ask for any of those individuals to reach out. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope you found this presentation very helpful and gave you a little better insight into the Intelli access control solution. Thanks so much and have a great day.